host of the Pedro podcast, and welcome back to another episode. Today we're going to be talking about performance enhancing drugs, is also known as PEDs, and how they're becoming a lot more normalized for the younger generation. I also have a special guest I'm being joined by. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Yo, what's up? My name's Chad. I'm excited to talk about PEDs.
All right, so I've got a couple questions I'd like to ask you. So how long have you been lifting for?
Yo, I started lifting like 4 to 5 years ago. I've been lifting since high school, just been trying to get big since then.
All right, nice. And so you've been pretty consistent with the gym then, I assume. And when do you start hearing about things like SARMs or peptides or other PEDs?
Yeah, so I started hearing about like PEDs, like SARMs and stuff, since like my first year in the gym, first couple months. My buddy was talking about it. But yeah, first it's something crazy, but like the more you're around it, the more you hear about it, the more normal it becomes. So like hearing it's like nothing now.
Wow, so even 4 or 5 years ago when you first started lifting, they were pretty popular then too, and talked about a lot. So nice. Do you think it's more normal now compared to then, or then compared to now? Where do you think that's at right now with the normalization?
So yeah, now with normalization, it's more talked about with like the youth and stuff. So when you go to a gym that's more full of older folks or people who are like getting trained, they don't know too much about it. But once you go to those places like where you see all these youngins coming after school, they just yap their ears off about it. That's all they talk about. Just SARMs this, peptides that, yeah. But yeah, to finish answering that question, yeah, I mean, compared to like 4 or 5 years ago, it was a little more underground, but now it's pretty popping. Everyone's talking about it. It's just a big spike from social media, I'm guessing, or something. It's just everyone's promoting it and talking about it.
All right, yeah. And before we get into like anything further about talking about those, can you kind of just talk about like or define each of those terms, like peptides and SARMs and steroids? Like what's the difference between them and what do they do?
So yeah, basically, SARM is like a synthetic kind of like receptor, like for androgenic receptors, and it kind of just like mimics things that happens in the body, but like it's not really natural because you're adding on to that. And then things like peptides, I mean, you're not really adding anything to your body. It's just a strand of amino acids. I mean, usually you just inject it, but like what it does is it'll kind of just like increase the production of things in your body. So instead of just like adding stuff to your body, it tells your body to produce stuff at a faster, more like consistent rate than it normally does. Yeah, and then steroids, those are just like androgenic and anabolic receptors. They just target like your main muscle building core things or shredding, fat shredding, and it just adds on and increases it at a rapid rate. And then you get to things like testosterone. It's pretty much the same as like a steroid, and all you're doing is just increasing the testosterone in your body. But like instead of telling your testosterone to like produce more, it just adds more to it. Yeah.
Okay, interesting. Now I'm starting to understand the difference between them. Okay. All right. So what made you go from hearing about it to actually considering taking these things?
I mean, no one really knows why they take it. They just kind of take it. But for me, I mean, I feel like it was just comparison. Like I compare myself to my friends or people I see online, and I think, dang, these guys are big. I'm trying to get big fast. Just wasn't working out fast enough, so I started taking stuff to get bigger.
Oh, okay. So it's not really the pressure from the people, but it's from what you're seeing like online, on social media, and kind of just like it's made it seem that the bad effects are not as potent as the good effects are. Okay, interesting. All right. Well, what did you start with then? What kind of substance did you start with?
Yeah, it was mainly from what I was seeing online, but yeah, I started using SARMs first, specifically MK677. It was pretty much just like a growth hormone, which made me eat a lot more and get bigger. But like, yeah, that's what I started with, MK677.
Oh, okay, so you started taking SARMs. Okay, interesting. And you said that most people see SARMs as safer. Why do people see that?
So the whole reason I started taking them too is because they said they were safer. But yeah, they're kind of marketed as like a safer way to kind of to gain like muscle or mass. They're more targeted, less side effects. That's what they say, but I'm not really too sure about any of that.
Okay, so it's more the marketing and what people say on social media that makes them seem safer than they actually are. Okay. All right. So do you think people really understand what they're doing when they first start? Like, do they fully understand what they're getting into, or is it just kind of, you think, impulse and what they see online, trying to compare?
Yeah, like some do, some don't, but I mean, a lot of people just kind of like follow what they see online or do what other people tell them to do, and then don't do any research or anything about it or anything. But I mean, like, yeah, I don't think many people understand what they're taking when they first start taking it.
Okay, so you're saying that you're still on them and currently using them right now. So do you ever think about the risk, like the potential risk for your future, or what's what do you think when you're taking them?
I mean, yeah, of course. I mean, you'd be stupid to not think about the risk, but personally, I don't really care because I'm just trying to get big and look good for the girls. So I couldn't care less if I got like something in the future or not, but I couldn't really care right now.
Okay, I guess just the impulse. Okay, all right. Well, do you think younger lifters are getting influenced by this, or no?
I mean, yeah, of course. I mean, I think young lifters are like the main influence right now because they're so easily, switched around or yeah, I guess yeah, influenced by anything, especially with social media. A lot of people are kind of just like posting pictures or videos themselves, claiming natural, even though they're quite obviously not. And it kind of gives like unrealistic expectations to the youth. So they kind of take these drugs to make them feel bigger and better than they would normally be natural. But it could really affect you as a younger lifter, right? But yeah, honestly, it's not good. Wouldn't recommend it. If I have one message for younger people, I just said stay away from it. It's not good, especially your growing age, you're hitting puberty. It's definitely not a good idea.
Wow. Okay, so social media is a really big influence on the youth, huh? Especially since you said, you know, people who post online claiming natural even though they're not, kind of influences the youth to have unexpected realities of, who they are and what they can become in such a short amount of time. And yeah, they're not looking at the long run. Uh, their possibilities are complete maxes, right? Okay. All right, sweet. I think we can end on that. So, yeah, I think the bigger picture is it's not just about whether people are using performance enhancing drugs. It's just about the culture about fitness and how it's changing, how they're becoming just more normalized, especially for the younger generation with the social media and the ease of access with how to even get these supposedly. And when something starts to feel like part of the process instead of a serious decision, that's when it becomes a bigger issue. So the real question here is, are we choosing this or are we just getting used to it? All right. Peace out, everybody.